So remember, I told y'all I was on a dating app. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. So let me tell y'all another story of a guy I met. So when I met him off the app, of course. I'm trying to see, did his pictures put on like he had more than what he really had? No, he had like some regular pictures on his. It wasn't like no flossing type of pictures. He just had them, regular little pictures on his app, on his profile, or whatever. So we had been chatting for a little while. When we first met, our first date was a double date. Get into it. It was a double date. I brought my friend along with the foolishness. I'm so sorry, friend. I'm so sorry. So yeah, we went on a double date. So it wasn't my idea actually. When me and him was like planning to go out, he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to a bar. It's like a bar. It's like a pool hall type of bar in Broward. I forgot the name of it, but it's really popular. It be a lot of people over there, and he can't. FYI, he can't leave Broward because he's on like papers or whatever. Because he's not so long out of jail. I know, y'all. That's already a red flag. I know. Anywho, so we went to this bar. Oh, how we ended up doing a double date, because me and him had a phone conversation before we decided to go out. He was like, we was just talking or whatever, and so his brother was in the background. He was like, "Yeah, bring one of your friends or whatever. I'm gonna come too, so we could kick it." I was like, "Okay, I bring a friend or whatever." Keep in mind, y'all, I said his brother. So we linked up. Oh, to start, we didn't even. Let me scratch that. We didn't even decide where we was going. That was to start. We was just supposed to meet on Las Solas. If you know, you know. So we ended up not meeting on Las Solas because something with them. Oh, both of them was in two different cars. Him and the brother was in two different cars. And then they was like, "Oh, we need gas." And they was like, "Oh, meet us at such and such." And I was like, "Hey, I ain't finna burn my gas. Y'all told us to meet y'all at this place, and now you telling me to meet y'all somewhere else. Let's meet in between." So I guess the in between ended up being that little bar that we ended up going to. So before we went to the bar, we followed them to the gas station. They got gas. He introduced the brother to my friend. We introduced each other, and we did that. He was like, "Okay, we're gonna go to this little bar." We ended up going to this little bar, right? So we went to the bar, whatever. We parked. The parking was crazy. I don't know. I guess he paid the security guards. I'm thinking he got a little money or whatever, because he was acting like a boss. Little do I know. But he was acting like a boss or whatever. We parked. He paid. I guess he paid. I don't know, y'all. Don't make me lie. But the security told us where to park and everything. The people in the parking lot told us where to park. We got out. Went to the bar. He was like, "What you want?" This him talking to me. He was like, "What you want?" I said, "I want just some wine." He was like, "We might as well get a bottle of wine." I was like, "Cool." So my friend was like, and he was like, "You want something to eat?" So I was like, "Yeah, just order some wings." So my friend was talking to the homeboy. I can't tell y'all what their conversation was about. Homeboy, I forgot. I already gave it away saying homeboy, because that's what it ended up being, homeboy. It wasn't his brother. But anywho, she was talking to him, and she was at. So my homegirl was like, she didn't want wine. She wanted to actually drink. So I guess she talked to the homeboy, the brother. And told the brother what she wanted to drink, and they ordered whatever they wanted to eat. They ordered some wings too. So okay, we just vibing. We having a good old time. We vibing. The music is good. The wine is flowing. I got a whole big bottle of wine to myself. I'm just sipping, just feeling like a little princess. Y'all. It got ready time to leave and pay the bill. What y'all think happened? Pause this video and drop down in the comments and tell me what y'all think happened. And I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. But wait, I'm moving a little too fast. Before we got ready to pay the bill, I think he left for a minute. So, we got the grilling homeboy. My friend got the grilling homeboy. That's how we found out that he was the homeboy and not the freaking brother, y'all. This boy, not even a homeboy. I don't even want to call this boy his homeboy. this was somebody that he was working for. You hear me? For. This was the boss man. Yeah, he was working for. I think they did, like, what kind of work did they do? Architect, or construction, something up in that field. One of the two. But anywho, that was the boss who he brought and posing as the brother. So we got to talking to the homeboy. That's how we found out. I'm gonna just call him the boss because he was the boss. We got to talking to the boss man, and that's how we found out that he wasn't the brother or whatever. So we like this nigga lied, like what the. So we like, why he lied about, trying to figure out, like, why he lied and said it was the brother, like, what. And I found out towards the end, like, after talking to him after the date, that something happened with the brother. It was just, like, a whole big story he gave me about the brother. Like, I don't even know if it's true, y'all, because the story was so wild. I felt as if he was telling me about a movie he had watched the night before. That's how wild the story was. I was like, this is not real life. Like, what happened to your brother? Not say it again. Like, he's like his brother got into a high-speed chase and he hit the curb. It was all some crazy. It was weird, y'all. I promise you, I can't make this up. That's what he told me that happened to the brother the night before. That's why the brother did not come to the double date. Y'all. So, the bill came. The little waitress came with the bill or whatever. So then, wait. Before the bill came, me and the boy who I was with, we gonna call him Black. Me and Black just chopping up. We having conversations. He's telling me more about him. So, me and him was chopping it up. In the mix of we chopping up, he's telling me, like, what he do for a living. He said to me, I just got off of papers. I don't do nothing. He said, I don't really drink. He had, like, a little bit of my wine. He was like, I don't really drink or smoke, because I'm still on papers. He was telling me that he can't leave Broward County, which is where he's from, because he's on paper and all that. So I was like, okay. So then he started saying, like, he made this big old investment. Mind y'all, I'm not asking these questions. He's just giving me this information. He like, oh yeah, I made this big old investment. As soon as I got out, the two things I did was bought my car, and I made this big old investment. That hit my pockets real deep. And he had a nice car. Like, I still to this day don't know if that's that boy car, because like him having that nice car and him not having no money, it's not matching up, if we being honest. So he was like, I made this big investment. He went so far, y'all. So yeah, he's telling me about this big investment that he had made or whatever, that like, that cleaned out the money that he had saved up or whatever before he went to jail. He was like, yeah, I made a big investment. He went so far, y'all, as to show me the ATM slip, y'all. And he had done said like some crazy number. It was like 9,000 and something. It was like a big crazy number. Y'all, I still to this day don't know where he got that ATM slip from, because it was a real ATM. It was a real slip. I don't know if he found that shit off the ground. I don't know what homeboy got that slip from, y'all. But anywho, back to the bill. Waitress come with the bill. He over there. He pull a boss man to the side, chopping it up with boss man. We see him scrambling with dollars and five. I don't know if the nigga had $5 in his hand. Whatever he had in his hand, he's scrambling and pull boss man. Tell the boss man or whatever, he need to do this and he need to put in some money. So we see them scrambling, and we see the waitress getting impatient. She looking like, these broke ass niggas, like, that's how she looking at her ears. She looking at us and looking at them and looking at us and looking at them, looking at her. Oh, like, I ain't pulling out nothing in my purse. Bitch, I'm about to walk out in a minute. That's what's about to happen. Because this is embarrassing. So, me and my homegirl, we looking at each other like, what the fuck going on? Like, so my homegirl closer over there to them where she could actually hear, like, the conversation. I'm, like, more far away from them. Like, bitch, I'm in my zone. Like, I'm not even, like, worried. I'm like, bitch, I know I ain't finna pay for it, so I ain't worried about it. So the homeboy looking confused. Boss man looking confused. He looking puzzled or whatever. Kind of find out, long story short, this man who I was with, I think he only had, like, $5, y'all. And he made boss man pay for the rest of, like, our whole tab, basically. The whole entire tab. I felt so sorry for that man. Like, you could tell in his face, he was just looking, like, so puzzled, like, what the fuck, like, what's, like. So, the boy, he looking so puzzled, dog. That man like he was about to cry. He like one of those guys that don't really talk a lot. I don't know, he real soft-spoken. Like, he one of those guys, like, probably don't have a lot of friends. Probably just be trying to fit in. But he probably got a little money, got a little something going on. He like one of those type of guys. Like, he don't need to hang with Black, basically. black is a user. Like, black would set you up, probably, sadly, to say, like, I hope he don't hang with him no more. Like, I hope he deleted his number, fired him, all of the above. Because that man had to pay that whole bill, dog. That man had to pay, like, all our stuff. Granted, we didn't have a lot of stuff, but still, it's just the point. Like, you asked me, because he had told us, he was like, yeah, we was working. He asked me at the last minute to come on a double date. Like, you had to ask this man at the last minute to come on a double date to fill in for your brother. Instead of just me and you just going, and you just saying, oh, your brother couldn't make it. This man don't even know what's going on. And he got to pay a bill. But yeah, like, we ended up leaving. Me and my friend talked about that shit. Me and him argued about it because he calling me over the phone. My friend heard the whole conversation. My friend saw that you only had $5 in your hand. He trying to convince me that it wasn't him, that it was the homeboy that didn't have. It was boss man that didn't have money to put in the bill. And my friend was like, girl, I'm standing right here. I'm hearing the conversation. I see this nigga only got this certain amount of money in his hand. I see the boy paying the rest of the money. And he trying to lie to me and tell me something different. I'm like, boy, y'all. And why I still was talking to this man? My dumb ass is still talking to him. Like, I still was talking to him. Don't you know he tried to get me to a hotel, y'all? They always trying to fuck me. And they be broke. How you gonna try to fuck and you don't got no money? This man had the nerve to tell me this is a different date. This man had the nerve to tell me, oh, let's go to the hotel. I got $50. You just put 30. You wouldn't even take me to the hotel. You would take me to a motel, nigga. No! But yeah, like, we ended up leaving. Me and my friend talked about that shit. Me and him argued about it because he calling me over the phone. My friend heard the whole conversation. My friend saw that you only had $5 in your hand. He trying to convince me that it wasn't him, that it was the homeboy that didn't have. It was boss man that didn't have money to put in the bill. And my friend was like, girl, I'm standing right here. I'm hearing the conversation. I see this nigga only got this certain amount of money in his hand. I see the boy paying the rest of the money. And he trying to lie to me and tell me something different. I'm like, boy, y'all. And why I still was talking to this man? My dumb ass is still talking to him. Like, I still was talking to him. Don't you know he tried to get me to a hotel, y'all? They always trying to fuck me. And they be broke. How you gonna try to fuck and you don't got no money? This man had the nerve to tell me this is a different date. This man had the nerve to tell me, oh, let's go to the hotel. I got $50. You just put 30. You wouldn't even take me to the hotel. You would take me to a motel, nigga. No! So, needless to say, and I'm talking about needless to say, like I'm smart like that. Y'all don't judge me. I don't know why I just be trying to have faith in these guys, but it just be like, girl, just give it up. Just give it up. Once they show you who they are, that's who they are. Like, after that whole incident when he tried to get me to the hotel, y'all, that was enough for me. I ended up deleting and blocking his number after that, yeah. I blocked him, so y'all should be proud of me. I'll see y'all next week with the next story.